Let's start today by reviewing the broader market and to key stocks, then dive into major IPOs coming next week. Fintech company CHYM and space defense firm Voyager Technologies VOYG. Weekly market recap. Still strong, but technicals show some tiny flaws. After Friday's close, let's look back on the week. Overall, both the Nasdaq and S&P 500 had a good week, successfully breaking above the previous highs from May 19 and continuing their strong uptrend. But technically, there are a few warning signs on the daily charts. The S&P 500 closed exactly at the 6,000 level on Friday, psychologically impressive, but technical indicators, candlestick patterns and KDJ, are flashing bearish divergence. In simple terms, price is rising, but momentum is weakening. The Nasdaq is showing similar issues, perhaps more clearly. It not only has bearish divergence, but also volume price divergence. Price is climbing but volume isn't keeping up, indicating the rally might be running out of steam. Main culprit, lackluster trading volume. If we see higher volume and stronger buying next week, these technical issues may naturally resolve. From a weekly chart perspective, both indexes still look structurally strong. Bulls are still in control. Looking ahead to next week, a flood of key May economic data is coming, including CPI, PPI, and unemployment. These could stir short-term market movements, so be ready to react to the news. Stock analysis, Reddit RDDT. Wednesday, strong breakout signal, both price and volume surge. Thursday, minor pullback but on lower volume. No major sell-off. Friday, another 8% jump. Volume was moderate, but price action has formed a bullish moving average alignment, a good sign technically. Watch for a potential breakout above the 200-day moving average. If a pullback comes, as long as volume stays low and price holds above $110, the uptrend remains healthy. Action tip: expect some back and forth around the 200-day line. Be patient, wait for a clear breakout signal. Mini Nvidia, ALAB. Last Friday, we warned of a high volume decline, suggesting a possible correction phase. This week confirmed that expectation. The stock stayed weak. Watch next week. If it starts sideways movement on low volume, the correction may be ending. But if the decline continues with volume, the correction might drag on. Although ALAB should benefit from Nvidia's strong earnings, its current chart looks sluggish, stuck in consolidation. On the weekly chart, the rebound structure since April still holds. No major damage yet. Action tip: stay cautious and flexible. Watch next week's price, volume closely. In short, the market remains strong, but short-term momentum is weakening. RDDT is bullish, ALAB is in consolidation. Next week's highlight: critical economic data. Keep an eye on the news. Unicorns stage a comeback. Wall Street's IPO party is on. Wall Street lately feels less like a financial hub, more like a glittering unicorn beauty pageant. Forget bulls and bears, it's unicorn season. After Circle's explosive debut, its stock doubled on day one and jumped another 30% the next day, like it hitched a ride on a rocket. Meanwhile, AI darling CRWV, aka Nvidia's favorite child, stole the spotlight with a 250% post-IPO surge, leaving investors stunned. Now, seeing this action, other hot prospects can't sit still. Next up, fintech firm CHYM and space defense company Voyager Technologies VOYG. According to filings, CHYM plans to sell 32 million shares at $24 to $26 per share, aiming to raise $800 million, targeting a whopping $10 billion valuation. That's not just ringing the IPO bell, it's ringing it into the galaxy. Voyager is no slouch either, planning 11 million shares at $26 to $29, hoping to raise over $300 million at a $1.6 billion valuation. Will they fly like Circle? Too early to tell. But analysts warn, don't just watch this one go by, you might miss the next multi-bagger. Just look at CRWV, quiet debut in March amid tariff and inflation fears, even had to cut its IPO size. IPO price, $40. Now, over $140, a 250% plus rocket ride. Classic stealth winner, many regret missing that train. Now, CRCL and CRWV have kicked open the IPO gates. Other unicorns are lining up, and the IPO window is officially wide open. Heads up though, summer is usually a nap time for IPOs. Big names might wait until fall. Expect a flurry of IPO filings to hit the second coming months. But much depends on the macro picture, politics, economy, and of course, the Fed. If the Fed starts cutting rates and Trump's policies return with deregulation, the IPO, M&A market could explode. But if trade policies turn fickle, the IPO boom could fizzle. Right now, many startups are on the fence, tempted to IPO, yet wary of headwinds. This uncertainty could be the IPO market's biggest risk. Bottom line, CRCL and CRWV reignited the IPO fire, with CHYM and Voyager next in line. Time for investors to wake up and take action. Miss the next 3x stock, and it's not just FOMO, it's full-on regret. Spotlight. Fintech unicorn. CHYM CHYM. CHYM is going public on NASDAQ, aiming for a $10 billion valuation, ticker CHYM, IPO price range $24 to $26, offering 32 million shares, looking to raise $832 million. Expected IPO date, June 12th, one of the biggest since the Trump-era tariffs. What does CHYM do? Headquartered in San Francisco, CHYM provides banking services for Americans earning under $100,000 a year. Main offerings: no-fee checking accounts, high-yield savings, early paycheck access, no overdraft accounts, no annual fees, secured credit cards. Users can sign up via app, access 45,000 plus fee-free ATMs, and use tools to manage money better. As of 2024, CHYM had 8.6 million active users, 67% of whom use it as their primary bank. Financials: in 2024, CHYM made $1.7 billion, up 30% year. Net loss narrowed to $25.3 million, a big improvement from $200 million in 2023. Revenue sources: 76% from transaction fees via debit, credit card usage. ATM fees, early withdrawal fees, and partner income make up the rest. While marketing spend was high at $520 million, CHYM says it still runs at much lower per-user costs than traditional banks. Growth strategy: CHYM plans to grow by acquiring new users and increasing transaction frequency among current ones. Target market: Americans earning under $100,000, an $86 billion addressable market. With new products, CHYM hopes to expand its market to $312 billion. They've also built CHYM Core, their in-house payment system, reducing reliance on third parties and speeding up innovation. Is it worth investing? IPO valuation: $9.5 billion, about half of its 2021 private round. Revenue growth is solid and near profitability. But at 7 times price to sales, it's pricier than peers like PayPal or Block. Key risks: heavy reliance on transaction fees, susceptible to downturns or regulation. For example, if its partner banks cross $10 billion in assets, they might face Durbin Amendment caps, cutting into fees. Summary: CHYM. Pros: strong user growth and engagement, rapid revenue growth. Innovative tech CHYM Core. Cons: high valuation relative to peers. Fear-reliant model faces regulatory risk. High marketing costs, not yet profitable. Verdict: if you're long-term bullish on fintech and can stomach some risk, CHYM could be worth a look. But be sure to do your research and assess regulatory headwinds. Next up, space defense player, Voyager Technologies VOYG. Voyager is launching into the public market. IPO set for June 11th on the NYSE. Ticker: VOYG. Shares: 11 million, priced at $26 to $29. Top end raise: $319 million, total valuation around $1.6 billion. Think of it like SpaceX's scrappy cousin showing up to ring the bell. What is Voyager? Founded in 2019, HQ in Denver. Already served 500 plus clients, completed 1,200 plus space missions. In 2023, they partnered with Airbus and others for the Starlab project, building a commercial space station. Yup, turning low Earth orbit into real estate. They've raised $178 million from notable investors. Perfect timing, we're in a space tech boom. Over $6 billion per year flows into this sector globally. Top targets: satellites, launch systems, space defense, AI-powered satellite imaging startups. In 2025 alone, over $3.4 billion has already gone into space tech. Example: Impulse Space just raised $300 million for space tow trucks, tech that moves satellites into optimal orbit. Sounds like Uber plus FedEx, but for space. Summary: Voyager IPO valued near $1.6 billion. Riding the space wave with 1,200 missions already under its belt. Investor money is chasing space, AI, and defense. It's not just tech, it's tech in orbit. Who said capital can't be romantic? They're literally funding missions to the stars. Next stop, Mars. Bell ringing. If you liked our video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the bell so you never miss an update.